Welcome to Swifties at Midnight.
We're Anne.
And Steffanie, and we're so excited to have you join us. We're here to keep you in the lavender haze with the latest updates in Taylor's world and discuss the amazing love and light and poetry she brings to all of us. Make sure to stay by subscribing, and don't forget to share with all of your favorite Swiftie friends.
Hey,
Hi!
it's been a bit.
It has been a minute.
We
I
got
was sick.
uh,
And then we had a holiday. Um,
we got a lot
and
of
what else?
news to catch up on.
We
At least
do.
compared to, the silence that we had for a while. Not that Taylor's
Uh-huh.
really said anything,
I
but
was
it's
gonna
more what
say
she
none of
did.
this is like direct from Taylor. But we will take what we can get.
We will.
Wow.
So, I mean, in comparison, it's just swaths of news. But we figured we'd use this episode to just catch up on everything because it the Swiftie community was in a bit of an uproar for the past 3 weeks, self-inflicted
Yes,
entirely.
entirely. We've done it again to ourselves. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine, right? We
I
recovered. Have we
don't think
recovered?
we're okay.
I don't think we're okay.
We're really not okay. So the as we are recording this on a Tuesday, the AMAs, the American Music Awards, were last night. And as we always think, um, Swifties thought that the Reputation Taylor's version was going to be announced last night. Absolutely certain.
So
All
certain.
all the signs were there. Uh,
For
apparently.
those of you not watching,
Oh,
and did a
I
quick
made little air quotes.
signs.
People kept on quoting um the lyric, I gave so many signs. She didn't. But of course, people kept on seeing 26s and sixes everywhere. Um, six for, of course, the sixth album and 26. But of course, sixes and 26 just happened to show up, I
They do.
guess. Um, Stevie Nicks' birthday was May 26th, which Stevie Nicks has been mentioned in a Taylor Swift song. She's a personal friend of Taylor Swift. They've performed together. Um,
And Taylor went out on Mother's Day in this dress, and people found the dress, and it's called the Nyx dress. And so everybody was convinced that it was a sign,
hmm
quote
hmm
unquote, of
People looked at the back of the gold Reputation bodysuit and they were like, the snakes form a
I
26.
couldn't see that. I saw that video. I was like, I don't see it. I don't
We're
know what
looking
you're talking.
real hard. That
Yeah.
that was one that I was like, but there were more convincing signs, I will say. Taylor's website, the shop, the AMAs, so each section spelled out AMA, um, accessories, music, apparel, sale. That changed over sometime in early May. Um, that was a little more convincing as an Easter egg.
Mhm.
But also sometimes things spell out four letters like that. Um, what else? Oh, okay. This
One,
one,
oh, go.
oh, go, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say another Taylor Nation
Mm,
one was they posted an Instagram story of an announcement of the American Music Awards, like, hey, go vote. And they had they also mentioned Taylor as our princess instead of
hmm
our chairman, which they
Chairman.
have been doing for the past year. Um, and so everybody was like, oh my gosh, princess, that means debut is coming.
hmm
But they had capitalized AMAS in that little message. And so everybody's like, oh my gosh, it's happening at the AMAs. Or possibly they could have just been teasing us and been like, go vote for her at the AMAs. Could
Hmm.
be that easy.
I mean, could it have all been a ploy to try to get the fans to really vote hard for the AMAs? That is Taylor Nation's job. So,
Yes. Yeah.
another pretty compelling snippet, although I do wonder about the timing here, um, based on like if this was planned or not. Is a longer snippet of Look What You Made Me Do, Taylor's version, was released on The Handmaid's Tale.
Mhm.
Pretty much the whole song. A much snorter, a much shorter snippet was released back in 2023 on the credits of the show Wilderness, but it was much shorter. This was pretty much the whole song. Um, that was released, I want to say like a week ago. Um, on the latest season of The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
And that really had Reputation vibes because that was like on a revenge scene in The
Well,
Handmaid's
and
Tale.
people had like they had the numbers all figured out that
Oh
went
yeah.
along with what episode number it was and like what day it was released and all this stuff. Yeah.
Hmm. And did
And
you
that
see
was like a big deal to like
oh yeah,
hear
most of it.
two, it was like 2 minutes. It was 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Look what you made me do Taylor's version because like we want it so bad that any little bit of it we're so excited about. It's a trending audio on TikTok right now.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that timing too is like, oh my gosh, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening, you know?
Did you hear people saying that Taylor was an extra, totally unverified, in the clip?
No.
There's a scene where people are walking out of the bus and you can't see their faces, but they're like holding it's either like a bat or an axe or some weapon.
Yeah.
And they were like, I know that strut. And you can see her like walking from the back. And so people are like, that's definitely Taylor. It's a sign. It's a sign.
Everything's a sign.
Hmm.
Tell
And
it's
I
not. I mean,
so badly wanted to get caught up in the clowning, and then I did. Um, because all okay, did all the signs point to, I wanted all the signs to point to Reputation, Taylor's version coming out. But then the AMAs came up and I started watching the red carpet around like probably 4 o'clock. No, not 4 o'clock my time, 3 o'clock my time.
yeah.
It was
I
way
mean,
early. That's around when it opened.
yeah, Tess had a live stream of the red carpet. Like we were waiting for Taylor to show up. This wasn't
Hmm.
just like little things here and there. Like Taylor, the Swifties were convinced. We were
Hmm.
sitting here waiting for Taylor to come. Yeah.
And
Anyway,
then nothing. She wasn't on the red carpet, and I was just like, wait, I'm just gonna keep watching. And then the show was so boring
yeah.
and nothing happened. I actually tuned out pretty early because I was just like, Taylor's not coming. Um, but then at the end of the night, I kind of tuned back into TikTok because that's where I'll get all my entertainment news. And
Yeah.
everybody was just like, I'm really unimpressed.
Yeah. People were like, this was the biggest waste of my time. This is the most boring award show
Hmm.
ever. And I, same thing. I was traveling on the road, ignoring my family.
You were just driving. I mean, you weren't driving.
I wasn't driving. My husband was driving. Um, and I had the AMAs on and I was like trying to pay attention. I was trying to listen to things. Um, and it was so
What
freaking
is this
boring.
trend with having award shows and not announcing awards during the award show, by the way?
Yeah, we just did that with the Grammys, right? No, was
Uh,
it what was it?
the VMAs.
The VMAs, yeah.
They hardly
Where
announced any awards. They announced a ton of the awards before the award show. They only announced 6 awards at the award show. Um, and I don't think Taylor won anything.
I don't think so either.
And I found out that even though they're fan voted, they are still they are still not entirely decided by the fans. So
Okay.
yeah. So it's not really indicative of anything.
Mm.
But either way, that's fine. I'm not mad. I'm not even mad that Taylor didn't win anything or that she didn't announce anything. That's fine. Um, but the whole award show was really off.
Yeah.
The thing I am mad about is that when they were announcing Artist of the Year and everybody in the crowd was cheering for all the artists, uh, when it came to Taylor's turn and they announced Taylor Swift for Artist of the Year, Taylor's cheers were cut. You can go watch a clip of, say Artist of the Year, Sabrina Carpenter, cheers, 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 Billie Eilish, cheers, 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 Taylor Swift. No cheers. It was muted. And we know this because a couple people who were at the award shows posted videos of them actually there, and they said, by the way, there were lots of cheers when Taylor's name was announced, and you can hear really loud people cheering for Taylor. So it's really weird that they muted Taylor's cheers.
We're muting boos for the president, and we're also muting cheers for Taylor Swift.
Weird. It's really weird.
Okay.
The whole thing was weird.
Don't like
Um, like again, the whole thing was weird. They advertised Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani as performing, assuming they were going to perform live, but it was a pre-recorded screen recording of them performing, and then below the screen in like the shadows, there were performers dancing, like again in shadows to make it appear like it was live, but they were not there.
Yeah.
And J-Lo was hosting, but she didn't even perform. Like she performed, but she performed not any of her songs. She performed all songs from all the artists that were nominated, except for Taylor. She didn't perform any of Taylor's
What?
songs. Yeah,
I didn't even know
weird,
about that.
right?
That is so weird.
Yeah, it was a really weird show. Um, Not a single person who was nominated for Artist of the Year showed up. Quick post-recording correction from Anne in the editing room. There was one artist that was nominated for Artist of the Year that did attend. SZA attended. The other 9 that were nominated for Artist of the Year did not attend. So 1 out of 10 artists that were nominated for Artist of the Year attended. Back to the podcast. It was
So
wild.
strange. The only people on the red carpet that I recognized was Shabuzi, Benjamin
Benson.
Boone,
Benson
Benson,
Boone.
Benson Boone. I was like, wait, those B's are not right. Benson Boone.
I think SZA was
And
there.
okay, well, I don't remember seeing SZA on the red carpet, but she was there.
Oh,
And
maybe she
then
wasn't at the red carpet then.
Rod Stewart.
Oh yeah, Rod Stewart was there, and that was awesome.
Yeah,
But I mean, he's an older act who's not really performing like new stuff anymore.
right.
I think he was given like a legacy award, which is awesome. I would love to see Rod Stewart perform live. But it's not newer artists who are
Yeah.
out there actively
But
making new music.
like all these people are showing up on the red carpet because I was watching intently almost to the bitter end. And I was like, I don't know any of these people. I don't know
Yeah.
anybody. And I'm old, right? Like I don't listen to the radio and I don't scroll TikTok that much. I really don't. So I don't know like what the real new stuff is, right? But I'm not totally out of it, you know. Like I know who Shabuzi is.
Hmm.
And Benson Boone. I really like Benson Boone, but And he did a live performance, and that was fun. And they had Heidi Klum and oh come on, I know her name, Nikki Glazer, come and do the little bit where they pretend because they did that at the VMAs where they like ripped his clothing
Oh,
off
yeah.
and he had that suit underneath his
Oh,
jumpsuit under.
the Grammys,
Oh, the
right?
Grammys. So
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah. Anyway, and they like
It was a
pretended to do
lot,
it weird.
mostly like B-listers. It
Yeah,
felt
for
like.
sure.
And then a ton of C-listers, D-listers. It was really off.
Yeah. The fact that none of the people nominated for Artist of the Year came, none of them. Wait, Benson Boone wasn't nominated for
I
that?
don't think so. I don't think Artist of the Year. I think he was nominated for something.
Probably. No, I do think he was.
I'm pretty sure he was. But I don't think he was nominated for Artist of the Year.
Yeah. But yeah, that is like
Yeah, he wasn't nominated for Artist of the Year. It was New Artist of the Year is what he was
that is
nominated
really
for.
telling, I think, that they knew that this whole thing was just a bunch of BS. So, such a bummer. I don't
Yeah.
think we really knew what kind of a, what kind of a, there is a word that is not coming to me. I
Fiasco?
don't think we really knew how it was going to be presented, right? We didn't really
Yeah.
know how this was all going to play
Well,
out.
in the past, the animes have been a lot better. Now, they were on hiatus for 2023 and 2024. This was supposed to be like their big comeback, and it just wasn't. And I think getting a good awards show together must be really difficult to really pull off. Like the VMAs was it was a mess. Now, a lot of really famous people were there. Like they got the people there, but it was really hard to follow. Like it felt like nobody knew what was going on, but at least all the people were there. But the AMAs was just really boring. I'm trying to think what was the other one that was in between the iHearts. The iHearts was
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like that was well presented and well laid out, but it didn't have a ton of people. At least Billie Eilish was there. Um and I mean obviously she's huge.
I think
Um
Sabrina Carpenter was there. Didn't she perform? No,
uh
am I thinking of the
she
Grammys?
performed at the Grammys. I don't think she was there. She was still actively touring.
You're
So
probably
she
right.
sent a music or she did what Taylor does where she sent a message in her tour outfit.
Yes, in her tour outfit.
Uh but yeah, it did not come together well. Maybe we just have too many award shows and it's oversaturated. And so we're just like, okay, well, let's I don't know. Everybody is saying like, okay, well, maybe we need to cancel the AMAs because this was a disaster. We went the last 2 years without it. Maybe we don't need it going forward. I
Yeah,
don't know. The last straw for me was just like, why are you gonna mute Taylor's Cheers? What is that?
yeah. It's just become a political thing now, and like, and yeah, I'm good if we get rid of it.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
it's way weird.
Um, it is really weird. I think you're probably right. Like we probably have too many award shows, and there's like different award shows for different things, right? But um, I think we just stick to like the big ones that are
Yeah.
more exciting and more nice and are presented in a better way. So,
hmm
yeah.
It's like you've got your Grammys that are more prestigious
Mhm.
and like industry voted, and then you've got like the people's or the VMAs, which are more like fan voted, right? And like I feel like just a couple big ones, and I know these are fan voted too, but apparently they just also kind of choose what they want. So I don't know. It feels a little disingenuous. So
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
just
And maybe that's why people are like the celebrities, even musicians, are kind of boycotting these kind of things, um, because they're not ran very well.
yeah. Yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah, they couldn't even like get a bunch of random people organized well to stand there behind like a
I
a
know.
wall to wait for them. So,
Yeah.
yeah, of course it's a bummer that we didn't get an announcement that we wanted, but maybe we wouldn't have wanted that at a flop award show. So,
Yeah. Totally. And I had this thought yesterday too. Sorry, I'm switching over my camera for a sec. I had this thought yesterday too that, it is really fun for us Swifties to have Taylor announce something at an award show, but also it does a little bit like overshadow everything else that's
hmm
happening at the award show. And I
hmm
wonder if Taylor has become so big that she maybe feels like she can't do that anymore anyway. So I feel like our days of having her announce things at award shows are dead.
hmm That
That's
very well could be it.
yeah.
Um,
But I don't know. Is she gonna go to any more award shows? Who freaking knows? I don't know. Are we gonna see her ever again? I don't know.
uh,
Have we seen her recently?
we have a couple days before the AMAs. She was
Oh.
spotted in Florida, uh, at Florida.
Is she running away from her problems? Is that why she's
I
in
think
Florida?
so. Um, at some sort of club or restaurant, wearing some cute off-the-shoulder moment with Travis, just looking relaxed and happy. Somebody must have thought they were very sneaky, taking a picture over the shoulder of whoever they were having dinner or lunch with. You just kind of see Taylor there, just looking, looking happy. I always wonder when Taylor is out at these little events that she goes to, and by events, I just mean outings.
Yeah.
Like the picture of her out for Mother's Day or the picture of her out wherever she was in Florida. Um, what like is her security just like at posted at certain tables or like what's going on there?
They're like, we need 5 tables, and Taylor will be in the middle one, and then the security will cover the ones on the outside. I don't
Right,
know.
right. Like what's going on there? Uh, but yeah, she just looked happy. Uh,
Yeah.
and she was with Travis and
Had a glass of wine in her hand, and
yeah, she walked out of the restaurant with it. I'd like to imagine she paid for it. I
I'm
mean,
sure she did.
obviously she paid for the drink, but like the glass itself, everywhere she goes, Taylor just like hands out $100 bills as tips. So, I,
Yeah, yeah.
but it
She
was cute.
probably made up for it in some kind of way. If we know
Yeah.
anything about her, I'm
She's
sure
probably
it was
like, I like this glass.
great. Well, I think that's funny. We were talking about this off camera, but that people just walk out of restaurants and bars with the glass in their hand and like, and
Not
you
in their
probably
hand.
can't do
Apparently,
that.
from what I hear, they put it in like their purse.
Oh,
Sneaky. Because, like,
is
if the
that
staff
even your
sees
fault?
you walking out with it, they're like, "Oh no, 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 you can't take that." But they like put it in their purse. Apparently, I would never do that.
You know why? Just finish it real quick and get out of there.
They want the cup.
I know, leave the cup there. It's like that in Vegas, though. If you walk around the casinos, people leave their glasses everywhere. They're all over the casino. And so I know they like serve drinks on the
Mhm.
casino floor. That makes sense to me. But like they're in the shops with their glasses and they're just literally walking around everywhere on the street.
Oh,
I've seen glasses everywhere in Vegas, and I think that is so weird that you're like walking out of the bar with the glass. leave with your souvenir cup. I get that. But
People are weird.
yeah, I think it's so funny. And then we watched Taylor do.
Oh,
Yeah. What other Taylor news do we have? And
last.
is it a
Mm.
sad thing to end on? Or
No, I think it's a happy thing.
oh,
Our
okay.
last little bit of news is that Taylor's subpoena for the Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively case has been withdrawn. Um,
Yay.
we don't know the details of why. My guess is, a couple things. Either Taylor's very good legal team strong-armed them into being like, you don't want this smoke, or the publicity stunt that was trying to happen from my guess is Justin Baldoni's side backfired because people were mad that Taylor was being brought into this. Um, or something was worked out amicably, something like that. Don't know why, but her subpoena was withdrawn. Uh, so
We're so glad.
Taylor does not have to be brought to the stand. I mean, even subpoenaed, it wouldn't have been a guarantee that she would have actually gone up, but she would have had to be deposed and everything
Yeah.
like that, and it wouldn't have been. I mean, it's never good to go to
The
court.
whole thing is just gross, and all of it
Hmm.
was just a PR stunt.
Hmm.
Both sides were trying to utilize, and I hate that. It's not okay. And I'm sure that probably, okay, I'm not sure, but it probably could have had a big play in getting it taken down because, yeah, you can't just do that because you know somebody, you know. Hey, I know her.
Yeah,
She can stand up for me, or I can use her name and everything. Not okay.
I would have been pissed.
Why do you, Blake Lively, need to clout chase?
That's all she has left. Her career is probably ruined forever.
It's interesting. There's my husband's been watching it because it has to do with soccer, but Ryan Reynolds owns a football team in England, Wales.
Mm.
I'm like,
Don't let a
oh,
Welshman hear you confuse those.
it's Wales. I know it. Okay,
Okay.
I'm aware. I've been listening to it. Anyway, and it's like it's all about Ryan Reynolds and his business partner.
Hmm.
They do all the interviews for it, and yeah, they just were showing a few things. Blake was there, and they were just showing some things, and it's like this big thing with Ryan Reynolds, and I'm like, this is weird.
Mm.
This is weird. Like, why are we cool with this? Because I just don't like them anymore. Like, it just feels so gross how they're going about everything.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's kind of this like, let's pretend like nothing has happened kind
Yeah.
of thing. And I don't like that because even like Taylor's representation came out and acknowledged it. But yeah, the whole like we're just gonna keep going like nothing's happened that kind of thing is not
Yeah.
really
And not come out and apologize or anything. So,
well, apologizing is admitting wrongdoing, and they would not do
uh,
that.
yeah.
So
Yeah. They
it's
lose their lawsuit.
yeah. So again, I don't the whole crux of the situation I still don't know. I mean,
Right.
but that's not even what puts a bad taste in my mouth. What puts a bad taste in my mouth is how everything is being handled
Exactly.
afterwards.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know what really happened. I always want to support women that have been a victim in something, always. we don't know
Mhm.
what is real and what's not. And then just the way it's been happening is not cool. I always want to try and give people the benefit of a doubt. And maybe things are being presented, in the media in a way to make them look bad, but I don't think so.
They're not helping their own image, unfortunately.
Yeah, I
So.
think you're right. Anyway, they are allowed to continue going about their life, but it doesn't mean that I have to support them or have them be part of mine. That's all.
Right, and it seems like that's how Taylor feels too.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, shall we move on to some Swiftie quizzes?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's do Taylor's origin quiz.
Ooh, I'm
All
gonna
right.
fail this quiz.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me let me
Okay.
hear it.
Okay, you'll know this. You'll know this.
Okay.
Taylor grew up in part on a farm. What was primarily grown on that farm? Christmas trees, elderflowers, soybeans, or livestock?
Christmas trees. Yeah.
Yeah. Which state is Taylor originally from? Tennessee, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Georgia.
Pennsylvania.
Yep. What famous musician is Taylor named after? Cecil Taylor, Taylor Hawkins, James Taylor, or Taylor Hanson?
It's James Taylor. Taylor
Yep, Taylor
Hanson.
Hanson. You
Who
got
was
it.
born first?
It was never published, but Taylor wrote a 350-page novel when she was 14. What was the book called? Becoming, The Immortal Stage, Love Eternal, A Girl Named Girl.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
I've
that was a
heard
question.
I've heard her talk about this.
You just asked me a question.
Ah!
I thought this was part of your answer about her being named after James Taylor.
Oh no, 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 no. It was
It's
never
cool.
published, but Taylor wrote a 350-page novel when she was 14.
I know. It
What
was
was
a
the book
girl
called?
named Girl.
A Girl Named Girl. It's very Taylor of her.
I don't know why I know that, but I do know that.
Yeah, I remember her talking about that and thinking that title is very Taylor of her.
Yes.
Taylor caught the attention of Scott Borchetta in 2005 at a famous Nashville venue for aspiring songwriters. What was the venue? Do you even need me to say it? Like the
Was it the
options?
Bluebird?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna do terrible. You got 5 out of 5. You got Happy Taylor.
Ooh, that is rare. That is rare.
Good job.
All right. Do you want a quiz?
Yes.
Okay. I think we had a short episode, so we should totally both get one. I'm gonna do Midnight's Mayhem.
Oh, okay.
We haven't done this one, right?
Oh, that was another clue that people were looking at for why Taylor was gonna announce Rep TV on the 26th of May, because during Midnight's Mayhem, when Taylor announced all the different Midnight songs, she held the phone upside down for Midnight's
Uh-huh.
Mayhem on the second night and the sixth night. And they were like, 26, it's the 26th. She gives signs way ahead of time. Okay. Anyway, what's my
We're really
quiz?
reaching, man. Okay, well, I'm glad you know what Midnight's Mayhem was. Um, how involved were you in that? Because I'm not gonna know these.
I know
Isn't
about it
for it?
retroactively.
Okay, same. Um, what was the first track number Taylor announced on Midnight's Mayhem with me? 1, 13, 3, or 9?
Huh. No, she pulled them all out of like a hopper type thing, so I
Hmm?
doubt it would be one. 9?
No, it was actually 13.
That is way. That's so funny.
We gotta
Uh,
go back on her TikTok and watch that because that's gotta have been planned. That's crazy. Who made a guest appearance during the vigilante shit announcement? Meredith Grey, Jack Antonoff, Aaron Dessner, or Olivia Benson?
Olivia Benson?
It was Meredith Grey. You were close.
Ah, I knew it was one of her cats.
Yeah. It's like it had to have been because that was like 2021, right?
I think it was 2022.
Was it? Yeah, I don't
Or
know.
maybe it came out October. Maybe it was October 2021 that that happened. But yeah.
Yeah. So I think she was still being careful and
Yeah.
yeah, anyway. Which track sent Taylor into giggles after announcing it? You're on your own, kid, Lavender Haze, Vigilante Shit, or Karma?
Karma?
I think I've seen this video and yep, you're right. It's like
I
I think I
remember
remember.
that because
Yeah.
people were like, why is she laughing so hard at
Uh-huh.
that?
At Karma because we thought we were getting a Karma album for so long, which I still am not sure exists. So, how did Taylor open the first Midnight's Mayhem with Me video? It's been a long time coming. It's me. Hi. Meet me at midnight. Or can I ask you a question?
Meet me at midnight?
It's me. Hi.
Ah!
Bummer. What was the final track that Taylor announced? Vigilante Shit, Karma, Snow on the Beach, or Midnight Rain?
Oh.
This one's hard. This is a hard quiz.
Especially because I saw them all out of order.
Yeah,
Snow on the beach?
that's right. That was my guess
Hey!
too. You got a heart.
Because I get 2 out of 5.
You got 2 out of 5.
Well, now I know the answers to the other ones.
Yeah.
Learned something new. Now I know
Also-
Meredith Grey was in those videos.
Yeah.
Very cute.
I knew her cats were there, but I didn't know which one. So
I'll have to go rewatch Midnight's Mayhem. I know I haven't seen all the videos, I've just seen most of them.
yeah. I know. I think when it was happening, when it was happening, I do think I saw a couple of them, but I wasn't enough of a Swiftie that I cared, until after Midnight's
Hmm.
dropped. And then I was like, wait a minute. I really like all of these songs.
Maybe I am a Swiftie.
Maybe I am a Swiftie, but I didn't know for sure until the Eras Tour movie. So,
We all have our awakening at one point or the other.
mhm. Oh, they are all still on her TikTok. You can go watch all of the Midnight's Mayhem with me.
I loved that era. She was so cute.
Hmm. And like also classy.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely become classier and classier and still like goofy. I love it. I
Never
love her
lost her
goofiness.
goofiness. Even like after writing pure poetry,
Mhm.
she'll still like walk out on the stage in a pair of jeans and a yellow sweatshirt with her cat and be like ready to go.
Yes. I know. We miss those videos. We need more of them. That is the last TikTok she made was with her, the one that you just
Was that the
described.
last one?
It's the last one.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Someday we'll get more posts. I think, I hope.
I think so. Hopefully.
Well, Thank you so much for joining us. We hope this episode made you feel like you're ready for it. Don't forget to leave a review. Your feedback never goes out of style. If you loved what you heard, hit that subscribe button and share it with somebody who's gorgeous. Tune in next time for more great content. Until then, stay in your wildest dreams and have a fantastic day. Bye.
Bye.